So our chapter is about digital media investments and how we should spend the money on digital media, because we see that more and more money is put into digital media, and our chapter is about, okay, what do we need to know to make the most out of those spendings. So first of all, we'll look at how we plan advertising spending. First of all, we have frequency, we have reach, and in the digital environment we can distribute that in a much more specific way than traditional media. The second part is how to evaluate digital media. We moved into talking about clicks, but however, clicks is not that optimum. We have to go to branding as well, going back a little bit in the development and to also focusing on these traditional ways of evaluating digital media, not only to focusing on click. And all of this has implications for how we work with media and with advertising and different kind of publishing. We need to be much more agile in our way of working, which has a lot of implications for the marketing department and communication department, and also the IT department that has to work with this digital environment. So we're talking about how to plan, how to optimize, and how to work with it in an efficient way. The most important or interesting finding is that we see that the transformation to digital media spending has actually given advertisers and marketers more tools to be better than their competitors. So we think that there will be a bigger difference between those doing it good and those doing it bad. Previously, when you bought media, you just went to a media agency and they bought it in bulk. And everybody was like left with more or less the same strategy. However, now you can target, you can do much more things, much more specific. So if you do it really good, you can actually beat competition to a much higher degree. But if you're doing it in the old way, it will be you will actually fall behind competition. So why is this important? Well, first of all, we see that people move more and more money into digital media, so we have to have a high return on investments on these investments, and especially when it becomes such an important competitive advantage. With the globalization, competition is fierce. People are moving markets, so we have to stay ahead, and we are competing to a much higher degree on a global digitized scene. So if we actually fall behind in these investments and actually not get the most out of it, it will actually be a huge competitive loss for us. And we think that that can of course harm the business. So yeah, that explains it. Be better in your investments. Hope you like the chapter.